My name is Chijioke, and I grew up in a small village where the sun always looked too hot and the market noise never ended. Every morning, before the cock crowed, my mother, Mama Ngozi, would tie her wrapper, carry her big basket on her head, and walk to the market. She sold pepper, crayfish, and tomatoes. People called her Mama Chijioke, the market lioness, because she was strong and never joked with her business. My father, Papa Okonkwo, was a palm wine tapper. He was tall, dark, and proud. He believed a man must work with his hands to be respected. He didn't talk much, but when he spoke, everyone listened. He loved me. I know he did. But he was the kind of man that didn't like change. That year, I was just finishing primary 6. I wanted to go to secondary school, but Papa said there was no need. He said, "Book no day put food for table. You will follow me to the farm. When you tap your own palm wine, you will make money." But my mother didn't agree. One night, she woke me up quietly. The moonlight entered our small room through the bamboo window. She was sitting beside me with her hands folded, looking serious. "Chijioke," she said softly, "I saw something last night. I saw you standing on a big stage wearing fine clothes. People were clapping for you. Even the radio people were talking about you. My son, you are meant to be great." I didn't understand. I just stared at her, my small eyes heavy with sleep. "Mama, me?" I asked. She smiled. "Yes, you, but your father will not agree yet. You must be patient. When the time comes, I will find a way." From that night, everything changed. I started watching my mother differently. When she came back from the market tired, I noticed how she hid small money in her wrapper. Sometimes she would look at my father and sigh. She was planning something. I could feel it, even as a small boy. One day, when Papa told me to follow him to the farm, Mama stopped me. "Let him rest small, she said. Papa frowned. "You are spoiling that boy. When hunger knock, school no go, save him." That evening, after Papa left, Mama held my hand and said, "You will go to school, Chijioke, even if I sell my last wrapper." Her words sank deep into my heart. I didn't know what she meant then, but her eyes were full of fire, the kind of fire that doesn't go off easily. That night, as the crickets sang outside and the oil lamp burned low, I lay on my raffia mat and whispered to myself that maybe my mother's dream will come true. I didn't know the battle she was about to start. I didn't know that her dream would one day tear our family apart. After that night, when Mama told me about her dream, things began to change in our house. She didn't say much about it again, but I could see something different in her eyes. She started waking up earlier than before, even before the cock crowed. Sometimes when I opened my eyes, she was already gone to the market, her wrapper tied tight, her back bent under her basket. Whenever she came back in the evening, her feet would be dusty, her face tired, but she always smiled at me. "My son," she would say, "how was your day? Have you eaten?" Then she would open her small black purse and bring out some coins or crumpled naira notes. She would count it slowly, hide some in her wrapper, and put the rest inside an old tin under the bed. I didn't understand what she was saving for, but I knew she was planning something. Sometimes I even caught her whispering to herself as she washed plates. I heard her say things like, "God, don't let me shame myself. I just want this boy to become somebody." Papa didn't notice anything at first. He was always at the farm or tapping palm wine. But when he started asking Mama why she didn't bring as much pepper to sell anymore, she said the market was slow. He grumbled, but he believed her. One afternoon, I came back from fetching water and saw Mama sitting on the floor looking at her jewelry box. Inside were the coral beads she wore during her wedding, her gold earrings, and one small chain that always shined when she cleaned it. She touched them gently, like someone saying goodbye. "Mama, why are you looking at them like that?" I asked. She smiled sadly. "Nothing, my son. One day I will tell you." That same week, she traveled to a nearby town saying she was going to buy new goods for the market. But when she came back, her jewelry box was empty. She didn't say what happened, but I noticed her eyes were red, like she had cried. That night, she told me, "Chijioke, you will start secondary school next term. I have paid for your uniform and your books." I couldn't believe it, but Papa said, she placed her finger on my lips. "Don't tell your father yet. Promise me." I nodded, my heart beating fast. I was happy, but also scared. When Papa found out weeks later that I was not following him to the farm anymore, he shouted so much that even the neighbors came out. "Gozi, You have used your stubbornness to curse this house. You sold your jewelry for nonsense. Mama didn't cry. She just stood there, quiet, looking at him with tears in her eyes but pride in her face. One day you will understand, she said softly. That night, our house felt cold. Papa didn't talk to anyone. Mama sat by the fire, staring into it like she could see tomorrow hiding inside the flames. And me. I lay awake, wondering if my mother's dream was a blessing or trouble that was just beginning. After Papa found out that Mama used her jewelry money for my school, peace left our house. It was like a big storm entered and refused to go. Papa stopped eating Mama's food. Sometimes he even slept outside on the wooden bench, saying he needed fresh air, but I knew he was just angry. Every morning before going to the farm, he would look at me and hiss. "Book go make you stubborn like your mother," he would say. I wanted to answer, but Mama always warned me, "Don't talk back to your father. Let peace stay small." In school, I was trying my best. I liked reading. I liked how the teachers spoke English and how they told us that education could change a man's life. But each time I came back home, the joy inside me would die small, small. The house was always tense. Papa and Mama hardly spoke. Even when they did, their words were sharp, like knives. One evening, Papa came back from the farm with a bitter face. He said the palm wine trees were not giving enough, that he was losing customers. Then he looked at Mama and shouted, "Since you started that foolish plan, everything is going wrong. You have brought bad luck to this house." Mama didn't shout back. She just said, "Maybe God is testing us, Okonkwo, but our son's future is not bad luck." Papa threw his drinking cup to the floor. It broke into pieces. "You and that boy will see. When hunger catch both of you. Don't call me." He stormed out, and I could hear his footsteps fade into the night. My heart beat fast. I wanted to cry, but Mama touched my shoulder gently. "Don't cry, my son. When a seed is planted, the ground first swallows it, but one day it will grow." Her words gave me small courage. I hugged her waist and promised, "I will not fail you, Mama." From then, I started helping her more. I helped carry her goods to the market on Saturdays, and when she was tired, I washed the plates. She began to smile again, though sometimes I caught her wiping her eyes when she thought I wasn't looking. But Papa became worse. Some nights he came home drunk and shouted at everyone. He called Mama names. He said she had disrespected him before the village. People began to gossip. Some said Mama had used charm on her husband. Others said she was proud because of me. All those talks made Mama's shoulders heavier. But still, she didn't stop paying my school fees. I could see she was fighting quietly, not with words, but with her heart. One night, as rain beat on our zinc roof, I heard her praying, "God, if this is sin, forgive me, but don't let my child's light die because I married a man who fears change." I couldn't sleep that night. I kept thinking, what if Mama's dream costs her too much? I didn't know it yet, but that prayer was only the beginning of what would break our family apart. Years began to roll fast. By the time I reached SS2, I had become one of the best students in my school. I didn't play much. I read even at night when the lantern light was small. My teachers liked me. Some even visited Mama at the market to tell her, "Your son is going far." But things at home were not getting better. Papa and Mama now lived like strangers under the same roof. He would come in, eat his food in silence, and go to sleep without saying a word to anyone. Some days he would just stare at me like I was a reminder of a war he didn't win. Mama never complained. She only worked harder. She started selling dry fish with her pepper and sometimes traveled to buy stockfish from Onitsha. I used to beg her to rest, but she always said, "When you reach where I saw in my dream, I will rest." I didn't really understand what she meant, but I could feel her hope hanging on me like a heavy bag. I didn't want to disappoint her. Then something happened that changed everything. Our school organized a writing competition in the whole local government. I wrote an essay about the struggles of a market woman. I poured my heart into it. I wrote about Mama's sweat, her cracked feet, her dream, her strength. When the results came out, I won first prize. My picture entered the local newspaper. My name, Chijioke Okonkwo from St. Teresa Secondary School, was printed boldly. People in the village started talking. They came to our compound to greet Papa, clapping him on the back. "Your boy done make us proudo," they said. Papa would smile small, but I knew it pained him. That night, he told Mama, They called me the father of a scholar, but I didn't raise him that way. You did." Mama's eyes shined with tears. "Then thank God for both of us," she said quietly. But Papa didn't answer. The next day, he traveled to his brother's place and didn't come back for a week. When he returned, he acted like nothing happened. Still, something inside him had changed. Pride was fighting with regret in his heart. Soon after, I got a scholarship to study at the university in Enugu. That day, Mama danced in the market. She bought soft drink for everyone in her stall. But when we came home that evening, Papa didn't celebrate. He sat outside, tapping his leg on the ground. "So you are leaving this house because of book," he said slowly. "One day you will forget where you came from." I knelt down. "Papa, I will never forget." He didn't reply. He just stood up and walked inside. Later that night, Mama came to my room with tears on her face. "Don't mind him," she whispered. "Go and make him proud, even if he doesn't say it." I hugged her and promised, "I will make you both proud." As I left the next morning, she waved until I disappeared down the dusty road. I didn't know it would be the last time I'd see her truly happy. University life was not easy, but I carried my mother's voice with me everywhere I went. Each time things got hard, I would hear her say, "Chijioke, when a seed is buried, it only means it's about to grow." Those words kept me strong. I studied hard. I worked small jobs to buy books. I joined competitions, and one day I got a chance to travel abroad for a school exchange. Everything started changing fast, like my life was running after her dream and finally catching it. When I finished school, I got a job and started sending money home. Papa would reply with short letters just saying, "We are fine, thank you." But I noticed something missing. Mama wasn't writing. When I finally came back home after many years, I met a different house. The compound looked quiet, the roof older, and Papa thinner. When he saw me, his eyes were wet. "Your mother has been sick," he said quietly. "She kept saying she wanted to see you." My heart broke. I ran inside. Mama was lying on the bed, small and weak, her face pale but peaceful. When she saw me, she smiled slowly. "My son?" She whispered, "You came." I knelt beside her, holding her hand. "Mama, I made it. I did everything you wanted. I'm here now. You will be fine." She shook her head gently. "No, my time is near. But I'm happy. I saw it all, your name in papers, your voice on radio. My dream didn't lie." Tears rolled down my face. "Mama, please don't go. Papa needs you. I need you." She smiled faintly. "He will understand now. Forgive him. A man's pride sometimes blinds his eyes, but your father is a good man, just afraid of what he didn't know." She squeezed my hand weakly. "Remember, Chijioke, greatness is not only in books, it's in love, in sacrifice. Go and live well." And then, just like that, she closed her eyes. Her hand went still. Papa was standing by the door, silent, his eyes red. He didn't talk for a long time. Then he sat beside me and held her hand too. "She sold everything for tomorrow," he said quietly, his voice shaking. "And tomorrow has finally come." At her burial, almost the whole village came. They said Mama Chijioke's dream came true. Even Papa cried openly. After they lowered her body into the ground, he removed one coral bead from her old box and tied it around his wrist. That night, he told me, "Your mother saw what I could not see. I thank God she didn't listen to me." I looked at him, and for the first time, I saw peace in his eyes. Now, every time I stand before people to speak, I remember her face, her cracked hands, her dream. I tell them, behind every great man, there is someone who believed before anyone else did. And deep inside me, I know. My mother didn't just dream of my greatness. She built it with her tears, her faith, and her love that never gave up.